What's going on? Another lens review. This one's kind of a rare lens. If you're in the market for a 70 to 200 f2.8 and you've seen how expensive those lenses are, doesn't matter what camera system you're using, they're all very expensive. This might be a good option for you. This is actually a old film lens. This is a Tokina film lens. This is the 80 to 200 f2.8, so it's 80 instead of 70. Very large, heavy lens. It weighs 2 pounds 7 ounces, so it weighs just as much as some of those 70 to 200 lenses you would find on for your digital camera. This is, like I said, a film lens, so it is manual focus only. It is also a push-pull lens, but it's a reverse push-pull lens, if that makes sense. So when you're back against the lens, you would think that would be the widest, but it's not. That's 200. And then up here, that would be the 80. It's got a nice focus grip there, very wide. You can see as I push and pull up there, can you see that? It's contained inside the lens, so it's not really sticking out when you're doing the zoom, so that's kind of nice. It keeps it a little bit more compact, even though it is quite heavy. It's really nice. This is pretty stiff, and I think I don't have another copy of this to say the same thing, but I would think it would be that way on all of them. The reason being it's stiff. It doesn't suffer from, like a lot of these lenses would suffer from, like lens creep. If you had it on, let me go ahead, like if you had it on, let me put it on the camera here so you can see what it looks like. Like some of these, you would have it on the camera and this would just fall straight down like that. So it's nice that it's kind of stiff on there, so it doesn't do that when you're walking and it keeps on flopping down. Lens creep is what a lot of people call that. It does have a tripod collar, which is very nice since this lens is very heavy, and the system on this is pretty good. You just unscrew it there and then turn it if you wanted to do something sideways, and that's it. And it seems very sturdy, like it would work. Very solid. There's a picture at the bottom of it, if you can see there. I'll put it on lens so you could actually, or on the camera so you could actually see the size of this thing. That's an old film, Pentax film camera. You would expect to depending on which lens mount you get it for, anywhere from $100 to $200 on eBay used for this one. Of course, it's used because it's an older lens, but 77 millimeter filter thread. I took some image samples here that I'll show you at the end, but as far as image quality and sharpness, I found at f2.8 it's really good, very sharp, very usable. But when you go up to f4, it's like super sharp. So this is a really nice lens at f4. I would recommend it. I've already sold this one. I've sold this one for $140 on eBay, so that kind of gives you an example of what it sells. Like I said, it sells from $100 to $200 depending on what lens mount you get. It's also available in Canon FD, Nikon, and Minolta, and the Yashica mounts. So if you might want to adapt it to a mirrorless camera, say a Sony, if you're going to do that, just a recommendation here, you want to get a really good adapter. These cheap adapters like this one are fine for like lenses that only weigh about a pound, but if you put this in this, since this one weighs close to 3 pounds, you might want to get one that's a little bit more sturdy than these cheaper adapters for that. So what else can I say? I'll just show you some image samples and you can kind of see the quality of this. I recommend it. It's a nice lens, especially if you're looking for that 70 to 200. You know those lenses cost over $1,000 easily, and you could get this one for between 100 and 200. It's kind of a no-brainer, especially if you don't mind the manual focus on this. Of course, you'll also have to adjust the aperture right here on the lens. So thanks for watching. Check out these images and go ahead and subscribe if you hadn't. I've got more of these kind of vintage lens reviews coming up. So yeah, thanks for watching.